What's up, guys? Back again with another weekly analysis. Um, so we're going to be looking at the usual as is. Um, Currently now, with the DXY dollar index, we are currently ranging. Well, we're ranging as is, but we're at a very strong resistant level. So I'm just going to zoom out on the monthly. You guys you'll see there's obviously a channel that's within this momentum that's building up right now, and what we are expecting as is that price to reject this level and shoot straight up, pushing, creating higher highs and higher lows on a bigger time frame. So this level that I highlighted here, this resistant level, we're expecting a breakthrough above that. Once we get through, then it's all systems go in confirming that we are going to be seeing quite a strong dollar moving on throughout the year. So when we look at the weekly, we are still kind of just testing this demand zone right here. But I am confident enough that we're going to actually break above that zone and push much higher. On the daily, you guys can be able to see price rejected this monthly support trend line. So now we're kind of just creating higher highs and higher lows at this point in time. So we are looking to really spike to the upside very soon on DXY. I'm still bullish on the dollar, but I'm actually glad that everything else is actually in coordination with what's happening. So obviously because of the whole war that's happening with Iran and the US and Israel, the dollar index is gaining a lot much more strength as we see currently. So yeah, now we are looking at Nasdaq. So Nasdaq has kind of also broken this support level, this really strong support level that I actually spoke about in the previous video. So now that we've actually shattered through and closed below that, what I am going to be expecting is either two things. So now this level also is a very crucial zone. I'm just going to clone this. This level is a very crucial zone as well. Here, resistance support. So this is also a very crucial zone. What I am seeing right now is we are within a downtrend. So now what we are, I'm just going to take care of my pulse. So yeah. Depending on how this flows, but I think we could probably drop lower if we do. If this daily candlestick does push a little bit higher, then we could expect a retest and then a drop to this level here, which is like around 23,369 or what there. So yeah, but if not, then there could be an outcome of this where we drop even much lower. So I am still very much so certain that this resistance level that's right here is going to be targeted and hit. If I just delete this, so if we zoom out onto the monthly, just going to give you just a little, just showing a much bigger picture of it. So as you guys can see, this candlestick is about to close. We are within the last, I think, possible week of uh of March. So next week we'll be moving into a new month, which is April, and then yeah, we'll be seeing on how things actually play out. But I'm certain that this next level is going to be targeted and hit either with this monthly candlestick or possibly the next one. But when you do zoom in on the weekly, you guys can be able to see really nice, not much volume within previous week candlesticks, but we are seeing momentum actually kind of like drop. It's been quite choppy if you can be able to just actually see on how things are actually moving. But yeah, that's what I am going to be expecting for Nasdaq. Is hopefully for us to reach this level, which is around 22,442 as is. And then my favorite one is US30. So let's go back onto the monthly just to see how US30 is playing out. The US30 has been going crazy. So the strong bearish candles, remember I've been mentioning, I've been saying as is that this candlestick right here is going to really close bearish. And we're a couple of days away from the monthly candlestick closing. And given based on how things look like, if this candlestick closes the way that it does, I think it actually even shattered through this resistant level, which is around here. But we'll have to just see how that plays out. But it is looking quite certain that that's going to be the overall outcome to that. So now we are zooming in onto weekly. Weekly is, apologies about that. Let's just plug in my charger. We are within a very crucial demand zone. So depending on how this weekly candlestick also closes as well to this week, it will actually give us an indication. If it closes below, then we are dropping much lower than expected. If not, then we will probably see a little couple of candlesticks just range within this level zone and see what actually happens. Now on the daily time frame, it's the same thing. Structures overall higher, lower lows and lower highs. As we see, I did highlight. I did take actually. I wanted to take this trade, but I missed it. But I did mention that last week we had hit, I think, this support level right here. We were targeting this resistance here as is, and I thought that was actually going to like be ranging within that zone. So I was waiting for like a breakthrough below the support level so that I can be able to actually see on any entries that I can be able to enter on US30. But I had quite a busy week handling other errands and responsibilities, so I missed this. Was actually going to be such a sweet entry for me to enter in on, and this was like roughly like around Friday. But yeah, that's that. I think now that we are within the zone right here, I'm going to be just waiting just to see how things react. Overall, I won't be placing any trades as is, but just watching how it actually kind of just moves within this area. The one that I'm certain about right now is Nasdaq after such a long time. And then Bitcoin. So BTC also has rejected this. So if we just zoom out on some monthly, show you right now. So this one resistance support. So we just recently rejected that level. Moving to weekly, you guys can be able to see as is this candlestick, last week's candlestick actually closed below this level, rejected, and then closed below. Zooming on daily, we are seeing as is that we are kind of bearish. But now I did see that we are there's 1, 2, 3 touches, right? And my take on this is that if we close below this zone right here, which is around 66K, and I get a retest around the zone and it drops, then I will be taking in sells. But what I am seeing right now, so we zoom on onto 4 hours, that we're seeing higher, lower highs and lower lows being formed as is. So if we do maybe possibly get a rejection around this zone right here and drop pushing down, I will be taking maybe a trade and shorting this if it's gonna actually make a lot of sense. Yeah. Mhm. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I will take a trade on on this position. This was short one. I'll be monitoring it because it's obviously a very, very tight squeeze as is because anything can happen. Price can just really retest and reject this level and then shoot up. So we'll have to just wait and see. But I'm gonna first wait for confirmation as is. So as you can see, we yeah, that's what I am going to be looking out for and expecting an entry for BTC. And then final one is gold. So gold has been melting. Gold has been melting. If you look on the monthly, look at this monthly candlestick. This is crazy. This right here is crazy. So when we zoom in onto the weekly, you guys can really see there's been really strong bearish momentum, just like shattering through all of these green candlesticks. All the gains that have been actually just accumulating over the past, like, weeks. And then zooming on to daily things are really crumbling still. I think when you do zoom on to monthly, there's not really much market structure that's actually being formed yet because this thing is just like melting. Usually with gold, things just really melt. There's no other way to it. But I will be actually just seeing on how this does play about. We are possibly maybe there's a possibility targeting this level right here. If we do maybe get a retest and off of this zone right here, then we'll look for sells as well too. But gold's not giving me much of any solid kind of just market structure I can be able to see currently right now. I'll have to wait just to duplicate this. So yeah. So yeah, roughly around that. We're retesting within the zone and then a drop, pushing straight below. And then we are solidly going to see much lower discount prices for gold. Now, let's move into the fundamentals. So fundamentals, there's not much that we're actually seeing. I think Tuesday and Thursday only were two of them, but these are not really they really don't make really difference in movement in the market. So manufacturing PMI and services PMI. And then Thursday is obviously unemployment claims. So we'll see how that plays out. I think for this week is pretty calm. Hopefully we can be able to see a bit of momentum just keeping because I think fundamentally so we're not seeing much movement within the charts. But yeah, I think yeah, that's my take on everything as is. I think I wanna actually highlight something as well too that I noticed. There was a time where I did mention with US30, right? I did show you guys that this level here that we are this is around like 50K. Yeah, 50K. I took my Fibonacci and I actually placed it on the previous high and the previous low. And remember I did mark out and tell you guys that there's 1.6 1.618 level. It's going to be a significant level where we're going to actually see rejection and turn. And this channel that was just actually forming here was actually confirmation in the overall drop. So now that we're actually seeing things play out, we are around this level right here. We will be seeing possibly maybe as a solid rejection or a break and drop down, but it's going to be a very choppy area to actually really trade in, and hence how I didn't want to actually take the trade as is. So yeah, this was when did I actually mention this? I think this is like around Feb. Yeah, this is around between Feb, March. Between like, yeah, it was in between Feb. We actually highlighted that this zone was actually going to be, I think in Feb, close to Feb, beginning of March. We highlighted this one, and the trade played out, well, the movement played out exactly as is. We saw the breakthrough this support trend line, and prices shattered through and then just dropped. So yeah, that's that. This is the end of fundamental and technical analysis for the week. Please do follow us on the socials. All of our details are within the description below. And yeah, comment, like, share, subscribe as well too on the channel. And thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Cheers.